it's me, Leo, back here with Tales of Zestiria. My voice was really disturbing just then. We're here. I've got notes, all right. So one thing that's just I've been noticing about, and this isn't really particular to last time actually, but just about Soray's growth is he's a very interesting character because so far in terms of his role in the world, because he's almost like a folk hero for the humans, but was raised among seraphim and doesn't know tons about humans. Except, well, I mean, he's a history buff, but it's just kind of cool that he's this folk hero in the whole, like, proving himself at the beginning, pulling the sword of the stone and all this, when I'll get back into that in a minute also. But also very much, like, the absolute picturesque of humility and gentleness and very down-to-earth qualities that I don't associate with folk heroes quite as much. He very much takes his destiny not on, he's not like, this is something that I have to do. He's just like, I mean, someone's got it and I'm here, is the way his approach to things, which is refreshing and good. This is just an interesting, a few thoughts about him. Also, I forget if I'd mentioned this already, but holy crap, the number of Arthurian references in this. First of all, obviously, Sword from the Stone, okay, and Lady Lake and the Lady of the Lake there is also, so they kind of are mixing mythologies here, because in the actual, in some Arthurian legends, Arthur gets Excalibur from the stone, but then also from the Lady of the Lake, because they made a mistake or whatever, the writers. So here they did a cool thing and blended it and made it so that he pulls it from the sword from the stone, but that's a task offered to him by the Lady of the Lake, i.e. Lila. And just a bunch of other random names. So even just so far, we have the Galahad ruins, the Grifflet Bridge, and are these the Boar's ruins, right? Those are all Arthurian knights and junk. So that's just an interesting thing in general. I wonder why Arthur is the source for so much of this stuff here, because I mean, obviously King Arthurian legends like inspired a lot of fantasy, but it's been, I mean, Tales is one of those series where they like to mix mythologies a whole lot. So, like, you have stuff like Ratatosk, which is, oh, bugger, is it Norse? It's some kind of squirrel messenger gatekeeper of a tree somewhere. Anyways, you've got that, but you've got, like, manticores and like, chimeras and stuff like this. I mean, they like to mix mythologies all the time anyways. So some of what, Lila and Edna's, let me try to speak from like 20 seconds ago. Some of what Lila and Edna tried to teach me has stuck in since I've gone into editing it. I'm trying to remember where the hell you actually go to look at the... Okay, here we go. So status column, I thought they were mixing up column and row because I assumed the white one was status, but I was wrong. Status is this weird thing with the heart, and so it is by column. Battle abilities is the lance here, HP is the H, SC is the S, BG is the 3, I guess. Status changes a little, Deku symbol. The dragon is category 1, this is category 2, blah, 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 elemental incantation. And then I guess this is just physical fire, earth, water, wind is just the rows. So that's clicking slightly more now. Mikleo has a bunch of health things. I don't know why exactly I've got it set to that. Oh, I guess because it's all the calcite stuff. Anyway, so that's that. Did a bit of grinding in between last and now, so everyone's level 19 now, and Mikleo, Lila, all of the Seraphim are almost to level 20. I unlocked a few battle actions, and I swapped some things around. So I unlocked Longer Step, which just says you take bigger steps. I don't know if it means like particularly for the back steps and side steps, or if it just means generally your stride is longer and you move faster. Either way, it's cool with me. I'm guessing it probably means the side steps and back steps. As you can see, though, it is very expensive, so I swapped it out for aerial recovery, because I can't remember a single time where I actually got launched into the air and had to use the aerial recovery, unlike most of the other Tales games where that happens quite a lot. I also unlocked Greater Heights, which is... where the hell is it? It's the same thing as Charge Cast, but for hidden arts, basically, I think. And I'm not sure if I ever even noticed these things were on before, but they're on, and here they are. If you press B after casting Seraphic Art, if you learn the higher version, you start casting that one. If you press and hold A during a hidden art, then it does the higher hidden art if you've learned it. And their cost is 0. So we've turned off aerial recovery. Now, there is also a chest very near to the save point that I somehow missed on my way in. So we should go get that. And the last point is that while battling last time, I unlocked the difficulty Intense, which is above hard, and it gave me a little rundown of what it is, and there's also one above Intense. I think the idea is if you play on Intense for a while, you'll unlock that too. So I swapped to Intense naturally, although I may not keep it for long if it proves to be like extremely difficult. But so basically, it's a lot harder. The enemies, they said they're really out for your blood this time, which I assume means they idle less, because a lot of the times the enemies you'll see them sort of standing around on hard mode. So I'm guessing they idle less, obviously more damage and all that junk, and they have more of those crazy random periods of invincibility where they just like They're just like, okay, stop your combo, I'm invincible now. So that's fun. But also, it included a very unsettling note at the bottom, and I could not tell if it was like a joke that went over my head or if it was an actual mechanic. It like highlighted the words like it does when it's an actual mechanic. So I'm concerned because what I think it said something like, friends may openly weep or faint. I haven't the foggiest idea. So either that's just a joke and I'm meant to laugh at that, which in which case mission failed. All that did was scare me, or it means there's some kind of new system where if I take like too much damage all at once, you might pass out or something like that, or your character will act weird. And I have no idea what it actually means. I only have theories. I will say though, having practiced a bit and gotten a little more deft with my blast gauge usage, I'm starting to feel the pacing of this game a lot more with doing blasts and then pulling out this move, and then now that I've done a blast, I can do this move like 5 times in a row and just absolutely demolish a whole team. And that's only used half my mana because of certain growth factors and stuff, and then I can do little combos here, mixing my arcane, or my seraphic arts with my melee. So I'm definitely got a hold of this game's combat system much more than I did at the beginning of the game, although there are still things that trip me up here and there, like just the general movement is sort of still a little peculiar to me, especially with the not back and forth business. But I was wildly misunderestimating, oh my god, that's not a good thing to say, underestimating the usefulness of using blast gauge to strike down a whole, or like stun a whole wide variety of enemies. All right, now where that balls was that chest? It was not that one. I think that's maybe where we got the elixir. It was somewhere like when I went to leave. I didn't leave very far because I was worried about triggering another story event. But it was when I went to leave, or went to look at leave, that I found it out here. It was much easier to find going backwards. Anyway, so what the hell is this? An apple gel. Okay, well that's a little underwhelming. No, dangerous encounter. It was a mistake. Everything was a mistake. Although my this thing is very effective against these birds, so perhaps I can just wreck them all down. Ah! Don't come over me! Ah! Maybe we should cancel escape? Let's cancel escape, actually. We're kind of kicking ass here. So I was gonna just spam. Okay, that blast gauge hit nobody, but this move is very effective against the birds. I don't know that they're weak to fire. Maybe they are just kind of low on health. Ah, man, there are more monsters showing up. I'll go take these by myself. I think I'll just try a few arts to keep them in place. Ah! All right. I was able to tangle them for a bit. I can block now and charge a bunch of blast gauge. That blast gauge charge thing is a very handy skill I'm learning. Owie! I do need assistance. Ah, no, I don't need assistance because I can do my blast gauge if I'm quick. I'm not quick. Ah! All right, blast gauge hit no one as usual. I wasn't strong enough. Such a moron. Whatever. Ah! I'll try not to push myself. Okay, this is the first time we've ever won a dangerous encounter if I do it. Ah! I just gotta be very evasive till I get my blast gauge back. And maybe I'll, in the interim, I'll try and throw out some spells or whatever. Just gotta backstep all the way. Camera, please catch up with me. Thank you. Wow, my friends have been totally tanking this. All right, let me watch me get my blast gauge up. There we go. Just in time for it to be completely useless. You're getting blast gauge. Yeah! Now you're getting purging flames surround you. Blitz bomb! Blitz bomb! Blitz bomb! Blitz bomb!
What a formidable opponent!
That was a formidable opponent.
That was a difficult battle.
It was. So even though intense battles are indeed intense, wow, that's the first. I can't believe that the first dangerous encounter we finished was on intense. Wow, good job us. I am still on intense, right? I think so. It felt intense. There it is. Okay, right. But we get more rewards based on the difficulty in this game. So the fact that I've been playing on intense has mean I've got a fair bit of gold summed up among other boons. What the hell am I going? Is this the right way? I guess it doesn't really matter. It kind of groups up. Actually, there's probably wait, what? Oh, I can talk to her. Right, already done it. So let's head out there and finally go see if we can relieve Lucas of his duty guarding Marland. Hopefully, having done that, the plague is lifted. Everything feels very bright around here, so that could entirely be the case. At which point, we're pretty much clear to go on, because we sort of united that world, got the Seraph back, and rid it of the plague, so I'd say our business is more or less concluded there, although I'll probably want to buy a few things. Maybe not. Maybe I'll save my money for the next store in the next town. That's probably the wise thing to do, actually. If for no other reason than Gotcha, Gald. If for no other reason than I want to speed this along a little, and doing shopping will already take long, and I already had a lot of notes to get through, which took a lot of time. Hello, Marlandites. How are things? Ooh, I wonder what we get after doing 1,000 guard charges. I mean, wait, I'm just assuming that they mean charging your blast gauge with blocking, unless maybe it includes, I guess it could include snipe charge and break charge. Probably gives you some other kind of cool boon for blocking for like 2 seconds or whatever. It's maybe like recover all your health if you block for 3 seconds. I would love that. More blast stuff we can get too, and banishes. Anyhow, Marlandites, how fareth thee? Oh, wow. It's got a new song! Oh man, things are all pretty here. Oh, I like this. Is everyone feeling better then? Oh wow, the chatter started up really quickly all of a sudden. I guess everyone is feeling better. Thanks to Nafe, we're stocked to the gills with medicine. Nice. We've finally got everything we need. I think we'll manage okay now. Still, you and your father are so picky. Never met a pair of rascals so hard to please. What are you shopping for exactly on that board? Bounties? It looks like having the mercenaries here is good for the business. Maybe we'll be able to save a bit on our expenses now. I don't think they're sticking around. Those mercenaries are a surprisingly good bunch. I was also surprised, and I'm surprised that nothing bad happened to in my absence. I somehow thought that they might be sketchy all of a sudden.
I'm glad you're all better, Alka. Daddy was saying how happy he was that nice man helped us.
Nafe, I guess. Or Lucas. Yeah. You've been so much help. Please come back again, won't you? Oh, you're talking about... I'll introduce you to the rest of my squad, just like I promised. Wait, these are the mercs, right? And they're talking to this merchant? Oh, interesting. So they got some help from a merchant somewhere along the way. Lucas, how things go in my absence, old chum? Old storied friend? Were things all right? Yeah.
As you can see, everything here's hunky-dory.
Yeah, I'll say. It's surprising.
I knew you could handle it.
How'd it go?
We managed.
Good to hear it.
Don't worry about how many times I died.
And I guess it's
It went
time for
well.
us to pack up and ship on out.
That's your
Guards are
prerogative.
trickling back onto duty, and we've got a new job lined up already.
Is that right? Do tell. I'm interested to know where.
Shall we take a break at the inn for a spell?
Okay. I don't see why not. I was kind of hoping I would get to talk to Lucas a little more here. I'm sure we'll bump into one another somewhere someday. If it's his enemies on the battlefield, though, rest assured I won't hold back. What a fun thing to joke about. What's going on over here? Hello? Oh, I guess this is where the mercenaries are hanging out. The manager of the inn says there are still more than 10 funerals to hold for plague victims. You might say this is all a part of the healing process, but that don't make it any less painful to deal with. Youch. At least these look like the mercenaries to me and not the guards. It looks like we're gonna be put through the paces again. We'll keep our eyes peeled, but you gotta pull your weight too, okay? You're talking to me or the horse? Now the grass is dried, it's easier for the carts to move, and fresh green shoots are starting to spring up. Good news, huh, boys? I suppose it is. Oh, this is just this Rohan hanging around here, inconspicuously. Cool. I wasn't sure what the little clover thing meant. Of our bodies. That's one of the permabuffs. Defense. Oh, I should be giving those to Alicia. Whatever, I'm treating myself because I keep dying. I'm relieved to see that those mercenaries are a good, polite lot. Well, polite I don't know about. We ended up passing a lot of work on to our town representative during the plague. Starting now, we citizens should work together to get things done. I didn't see this town representative a single time. With all the medicine we purchased, the town's funds are nearly dried up. Sure, it was an emergency, but what'll we do now when there's roofs to repair and taxes to pay? Work more. Well, we can't just stand around complaining forever. Yes, okay, everything feels well, but it's not actually all perfect. I understand. I wonder if this place looks any nicer. Oh, that's the sanctuary, actually. Who's hanging around the graveyard? Oh, dear. Shouldn't we be going, Mom? Grandma will worry if we're late. Oh. All part of the healing process, all part of the healing process. That's what we gotta tell ourselves. Oh, hey. Hello. What is it you do? Resist? What's that? Art defense. Ooh. Let's give that to Mikleo's waistcoat, because he is Mr. Art Defense. Thanks, Resist. Ah, this place is a lot less corpsey now. So many dead. It brings tears to the eyes of this helpless old man. Oh, things are rough here, even still. Please, spare my father. Oh, is the medicine not working then? Our little one is right as rain again. I can't thank you enough. Read the room, man. This one behind you is... For the moment, we've buried the dead in the ground, but I hope we can avoid having to give them a group funeral. Yeah, that would be a little apocalyptic. There are still many funerals left to be held. We must hurry for the sake of all bereaved families. Yes. In the next few days, patrols on the Griffith Bridge and along the main roads will be resumed. I shall now read out the names of the 6 who will be appointed to this task for the moment. Ensure you are at your post within the hour. I like how they said they're gonna read the names of the 6, but the 6 are already here. You okay? You don't look so good. It's nothing, really. What was that about an inn? Maybe a rest would be good. Right. We're going, don't you worry. How many inns have we stayed in this game? It's been like 5 so far, story or mandated, that is. Well, happy to hear it all bustling again, even if some of it's a little still not well. I would be arrogant to assume I could fix things immediately. A lot of houses had their roofs damaged in the recent downpour. We'll need to buy new boards, grass for thatching, and waterproof varnish in large quantities. What do you think about knocking down the price a bit, since we'll be paying for it all at once? Oh, I see. They've got all these merchants here to be rebuild and stuff. Everyone's only just returned to their homes from the church, and now this. And now which? All the rebuilding? Is that what you mean? I don't think we need to worry from here on out. There'll be time to mourn both our grandmothers... Oh, okay. I thought they were going to say both our grandmothers and something else, but no, they just both lost their grandmothers, I see. But for now, we can feel relieved the little ones are through the worst of it. Yes, that is fortunate, isn't it? Just when things are starting to pick up here. Who knows what'll happen if we have to leave now. Man, it's sure got a lot louder around here. I can barely hear myself think. All right, Alicia, let's nap the day away. Oh, hey, people are not getting drunk to ease the pain as much anymore. This town is in need of a few things, but prices haven't gone up so far. Well, this is the chance to build new business opportunities. The foundation for any good business is doing something consistently and for the long term. So we need whiskey, brandy, a mango liqueur, and what else? Oh yes, wine for the funerals. I'm so sorry for getting out of hand recently. I'm going to go and apologize to the owner of this inn straight after this. Natural reparation. All right, what are we eating? Oh, was there another? I don't remember mushroom pilaf being here. Let's just get some pork and potatoes, not to spend too much. That looks yummy anyways. All right, Alicia. Dish, what's going on? Are you feeling all right? Or maybe just need some rest?
Let's just take it easy
After
for
that
today.
club to the gut.
And tomorrow, we'll be leaving Marland?
Seems like a good
that's the
idea, although you sound kind of scared at the idea.
Why?
Why? Huh? Who? Yes? What? Huh?
What?
Why?
Why what?
Huh?
That's a sentence fragment. Speak up. To whom do you address? It's all right. Cool. You and Dezel over here can just teleport into our inn room.
Seraph?
That's a bit of an intrusion,
so
but
you are with this one.
Why aren't you staying in Marland?
because we gotta go.
What is
So the
your
places we gotta
problem?
connect. What's your teeth
Silence,
problem,
Brat.
anyways?
I'm asking the shepherd.
Well, don't talk to my brother
Why are
like
you
that,
throwing away the
and I might
you've
answer
earned
you.
for yourself from saving this town. Why throw yourself away like this?
Jeez, man. Making a little bit of a big deal about this.
We've done all we can here. And I have more to learn elsewhere. That's all.
More to fix elsewhere.
How odd.
You too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Blue eyes. The masked assassin
Who
there
are
had blue
they?
eyes.
I don't know. But
Just
this
like
means
Rose.
there are other humans who dwell with Seraphim besides me.
You seem happy
Other
about the thought?
assassins.
Right, alright.
I say to hell with them. The more important issue is where we're headed next.
Are you just touchy because that one called you a
about
brat? They were clearly going through something. Did you see their
I
teeth?
have. The Roland's Empire.
Right, we're gonna try and settle the war
Splendid
before
idea.
things go.
Hellions and ruins alike know no borders, after all.
Or maybe not. Is it cool for Alicia to come with us, given she's princess of the opposing nation? Or is that going to result in her being supremely executed? 8 pork and potatoes. Fun! The woodsman, the mercs.
So that was Lucas and the Woodsman, huh? They sure are a funny bunch.
I suppose we're not
It
one to
seems
talk,
people
but
form bonds in more ways than I realized.
with money, yeah.
Though, if you buy their premises in the first place.
Those who give themselves completely to what they believe in are all the more pure for doing so.
It's true that I felt no malevolence from them.
You mean malevolence doesn't spring merely from the distinction between right and wrong?
Even a villain might not bear any malevolence, specifically because they believe so thoroughly in their villainy.
Right, that makes enough
Man,
sense.
This malevolence stuff is tricky
It's
business.
not. It doesn't point from
Well,
hate if they think they're the good
Be sure
guy.
at least that it's a very good thing you're so concerned about it.
I think it's good too, Saray.
It's
Great.
a fine line between pure
What
and
a
naive.
comforting
Can't
thought.
argue with you there.
This is making my brain hurt.
I'm so comforted by the thought that I am extremely concerned about this. Oh, more skill lectures. Okay, I'm listening.
We sure have had some fantastic weather lately.
Yes,
On that note, it's time to continue our skill lecture.
those are completely unrelated.
say so.
Don't fool yourself.
Today's lesson is about bonus skills. Aren't you ecstatic?
I'm springing out of my chair.
Sure.
You can probably enact a couple skills without even thinking too much about it. But from the combination of basic skills you use comes
Bonus skills, but
For it.
bonus skills.
what does that mean?
Hullabaloo aside, the way it works is actually super simple. There are only 3 special rules.
3 rules. I can handle that.
Stack, a bonus that activates when you equip the same skill multiple times.
Right?
Lumping them together like that will give you a little extra boost.
That I
The
follow.
effectiveness will vary based on how many of the same skill you stacked. But at the end of the day, it produces only 1 stack bonus.
That's a little
So
confusing.
when you equip 4 of the same skills, the stack for the second or the third ones don't occur.
Then how does it increase the
When you
effectiveness?
equip all 5 skills belonging to the same group, You have a group union.
All right,
For
that I
this
understand.
one,
That's what Mikleo
you'll
has
need
with
to have
heart.
collected all 5 skills of a specific column.
Uh-huh.
The bonus skill will further enhance those skills' effects.
Right.
And lastly, there are elemental unions, which trigger when
Oh,
you
that's
place
like when it
skills of
starts
the
glowing
same
all together,
element
yes.
next to each other. But
Oops, out of time. See you again next week.
Damn.
Seriously?
On the one hand, I'm thankful it's broken up like that, because if they had said it, dumped it all at once, I wouldn't have retained any of it.
Saray.
But also,
Let us give our respects to Rohan and the others.
sure, we can do that.
Right. Good thinking.
But additionally, it feels like for poor Saray over here, it would be useful for his extended living if they would just
something
give him
like
the
this is
information
right.
up front. Chocolate gelato, yummers. Ooh. The rich bitter chocolate sauce is being so sweet. Heals everyone for 450, restores everyone's initial SC by 10, and our defense plus 8 in the next battle. Fun. All right, Rohan, thanks very much for this tree and all the blessings you gave it.
Lila, you're back! You folks done fixed this place right up!
We did something like that. You know how that goes. I'm gonna sidestep the second you get over here. Can't just hug my ankles without asking.
Little by
That's a
little,
breach of privacy.
people are coming back to worship the great tree.
Whoa,
You can
that'd be a
trust
lot.
me
They
to
were
do
only
my
one
part as
person
well.
there a second ago, and now they're like 8.
That's good. We can take our leave in peace.
Yes. Promise me you'll call my phone if things get bad again.
No, y'all are running out on us?
I'm afraid we can't stay here forever.
You take care, Attack.
Unless I assign you to a different place, in which case we'll see you
I'm
again.
staying behind.
Oh,
After
I'm gonna
all,
lose my tank
we
again.
need to find someone to properly give tribute to Rohan.
Alicia, you don't mean...
what, like,
And I
what's his
have
face
to
did,
report
Bart?
to Lady Lake about what happened in Marland. Things
All
with
right.
the council have just settled down, and if you're with me, you'll just get wrapped up in it again.
But what
I would
about
love to continue our travels,
roll-ons?
but I...
Well,
Thank you so much, Alicia.
Yes, you were a great help
Same
for
to
the
you.
time.
For everything, Saray.
Sure, no worries. Yeah, you let me know if that wound of yours. Ah,
get a room, you two.
hey, easy.
It's not like you won't see each other again.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I might die.
I shall
Just
do
to be
my
fair.
best to work toward a Highland with no malevolence.
Good shout. I know I
I'll
know
keep
from
chasing
first-hand
my
experience that
dream.
you can handle it. Okay, cool. Does any other human want to come become a squire real quick so I can use 4 people? Damn
Safe
it!
travels.
Thanks, Rohan.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Do my damnedest. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that. I wonder what the particular... learned talent remedy preparation. Oh, she taught Mikleo how to do it. Ooh, I want that. The more people we have on that, the better. I haven't been using this max that much, so I'm cool with raising this a bunch. And also, Edna just got a colored alt. Sweet girl alt color. Change the color for Edna. Nice and dark, but the better to keep creep Rose out with. Who the hell's Rose? Yep, that's creepy. Creepy is the word. It looks kind of cool. But, hello? What's up with you?
What's that?
Is this person the point of interest? I heard that there's these sparkling stones lying around deep inside the boar's ruins. I don't know if they're worth anything, though. It's hard to say if it would be worth the trouble to go all that way to find them.
Shiny, pretty stone. Does make me curious. It might be some sort of artifact.
You interpolated a little there. They didn't say shiny or pretty, I don't think. Gracious, how long has it been since the sun has shone like this, I wonder? The clouds and the plague have been swept away, and now we have the bright blue skies above us. It is nice, isn't it? We read this one, surely. Yes, okay. I wonder what prompted Alicia's sudden change of heart like that. She seems so gung-ho to follow us for a while. I mean, I'm sure she'll be back. There's no way they will just leave us without our tank for too long. I guess that probably means I should have Edna on at some point to help protect poor Saray over here. Well, actually, Mikleo and Edna have a pretty comparable defense, except he's got way higher art defense, so he's probably tankier than her broad strokes. It does confuse me a bit that her defense is only 4 higher than his, but it's on the little like pentagon diagram. It's like way closer to the corner. Maybe the pentagon is more referring to how much they're likely to grow in the future. Or right, but also equipment I should take into account because she's wearing like nothing. She's still got the dumb blouse on, whereas he's got this huge calcite waistcoat. Doesn't give him that much more, but anyways, I suppose I'll keep it going with Mikleo and Saray for the time being, which means I'm probably playing Saray again for a little bit, because it's better to have one healer, because if I'm Lila, then I'm the healer, and that's not a good call. There are some times where I like playing the healer, some of the Tales games. This is not one of them so far. Oh, wait, there's a story event here. Oh, someone's gotten...
I have a message. It's urgent.
Is it as urgent as healing you? I was about to say something about Alicia, but this is more important.
Empire is attacking.
Oh, bugger.
What?
So
That's
the
just
war
what I
has
was
begun.
trying to stop.
Please, pass the warning to the people of Marland. I have to get to the capital.
Do you want to take an apple candy with you? So you...
It's too dangerous.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
No, what? The shaking your head doesn't mean anything to me. Don't help them, I guess. Let them go. Why did you just use words? Don't just nod or shake your head. I don't know what that means. Or are we going with them?
Careful.
Oh, okay.
Don't do anything reckless.
Oh, I'm healing him. Okay, I see. By shaking his hand.
Thank you.
Sure thing. You feel better now? From my
Better
weird touch?
Tell everyone.
Yes, we better. Well, that might mean we're going back to the capital sooner than I would have anticipated, which might mean that we're going to be helping getting back Alicia really quick.
Let's go show those frou-frous in the capital what we're made of.
Wait, what? Is Rollon's invading at the capital right now? Or...
I'm going.
Yeah. I couldn't live with myself if we let these folks just run out to get slaughtered.
Yeah, I mean, we better do something.
You mustn't.
What? Why not?
If the shepherd enters the heart of battle, the camp he extends his help to will surely be victorious.
Oh, and that sways the tide of war or whatever?
Just sit quietly and watch?
Yep, it's up to the Earth Dwellers to figure out some sort of compromise with each other.
Really?
But with the shepherd's power, I know I could save people.
You might save the people of Highland, yes.
But I'd be slaughtering people of Rollins, and that's not my role.
Rollins wouldn't be so lucky, is the flip side.
That's messed up.
Correct. That's the nature of war. War knows neither justice nor malice.
So what do we got to do then? Just go to
The power of
Rollins
the
and
shepherd
try and
greatly shapes
solve
the
things from
world
there?
itself. Were you to enter the war, there's no telling how warped it could become.
All right.
Well, that's
I
a
want
dilemma
Lucas
and a
his
half.
group to take refuge along with the villagers. Will that be okay?
Well, there are only
Let's
so
talk to
many of the
Lucas at
Highland
once.
people we can ask
They
to take
sounded
refuge.
like they were getting ready to leave any second now.
Okay.
How many people can we just tell to go hide before we're leaving them without enough soldiers to deal with this? And is that not manipulating the war as well? Arg. Let me just, before anything else interrupts, finish my train of thought about Alicia. I was wondering if maybe she was suddenly, felt like she had to go back because we were suggesting going to Rollins and she wouldn't be welcome there because Rollins and Highland are on bad terms. But now the war broke out immediately, so I'm starting to wonder if perhaps she had some kind of premonition about that. Okay, main episodes, Iris Gem episodes is... That's that purple star thing that was mentioned, but there's another hint of it over here.
Don't forget about the library key.
Ah, well, is Nafe here? Oh, this is him. Nafe, what is this about an Iris Gem, by the way?
Oh, Soray.
I didn't even get a chance to search the Border's ruins.
I came to return this. It's from Agatha.
I bet it's been
To the library.
stained with all of my blood, but sorry. No trouble at all. It's just a little key.
Grow up, I'm gonna be like Maltran. I'm gonna be the second Blue Valkyrie.
Are you sure that's a good idea? She's like totally terrifying.
Dummy. If Maltran's teaching anyone, it's gonna be me.
Don't limit your brother, friend.
Your clothes aren't even blue. They will be once I finally get my mom to buy some.
Nafe, do you want to settle this down?
Popular?
It's because Lady Maltran actually comes from Marland.
I'm
She
aware.
only
I was
became
there.
heir to her line when all the other successors passed away. And while her sense of responsibility
Interesting.
was second to none, she was quite a frail young girl. She has trained herself very rigorously.
How inspiring.
And now she is the Blue Valkyrie.
This is the first time I've heard that
So they're
code name
opposites.
for her.
What?
Nothing. You just clarified something for me.
Opposite who? Who's he talking about, Alicia?
I
Or
don't really get it, but I'm glad I could be
I don't get it
of
either.
help to the shepherd.
I had one more thing I wanted to ask. Have you heard of Irish gems?
Iris gems? We have one. I just
What is it?
enshrined it in the sanctuary as an offering for the town's restoration.
Oh, nice.
Can we borrow it? There's something we're investigating.
What are we investigating,
I
Saray?
wouldn't dream of refusing the shepherd's request.
Oh, well, he's like right. He's an inquisitive mind. He just wants to
As
know.
long as you like.
Right, fair
Thank
enough.
you.
I suppose. That gem Nafe had was so pretty, don't you think? I wonder who's saying that. The Iris gem is in the sanctuary. You're welcome to it. Sure, thank you. Money finding. So wait, hang on. There's so much going on here. Also, what is with the blue something? It's like I've talked to them on the map. There's like blue thing for if I've talked to them and it has something to do with this Iris gem. What is the Iris gem side story? They're dropping so much stuff on me at once. Whatever. I suppose we'll just put it out of our mind for now. I guess it's just like a side thing. We got to inform Lucas anyways of what exactly. I'm not sure, but we're informing him.
I'd really like you to seek refuge.
So I was just telling him to
along with
hide,
the
I guess.
Like hell. The battlefield is where we earn our living.
All right.
Besides, we just helped rebuild your town here, no?
Well, we paid you, but
You really want to see
that's
Roland's
never
tear
mind.
to pieces?
I'm just worried about all of you. Please.
Fine. We'll pull back beyond the Grifflet River.
Interesting.
It's a damn shame. We're just gonna abandon this town right when it was getting its punch back?
Well, that is war,
We both
regrettably.
know what's really important.
War doesn't wait for no
I can tell
restoration
I'm no
of
match for
town.
this herder of sheep.
You really don't understand that it's just a metaphoric thing to
Taking
you.
the townsfolk to safety, up north across the Grifflet River. Get your preparations in order.
At least you could take the townsfolk away. I guess that makes sense.
You'd better get ready yourself. The bridge still isn't fully restored just yet. We'll probably have to go ahead and set up camp by the riverbanks.
All right.
You got it.
I'll do what I can. But I also, this is gonna suck actually, because I'm thinking about this. If I'm not allowed to interfere with any wars, and there's about to be a huge one, then people are gonna start having a lot of malice towards me, which is gonna, or towards Saray, which is gonna throw his mental health right off the deep end. And I see problems arising from that. This is gonna be sucky. Why is it asking me to talk to him? Once I finish preparing to evacuate. Oh, okay. So they want me to like get ready and stuff. I'll just save. How about that? Well, this is taking a sharp turn. Okay, I was confused before because I thought that Saray was just wanted Lucas and the woodsman to get to safety because he just had a personal bond with them now, and I thought that was sort of random and out of character. But he wants them to hide the townspeople because they're right in the way of Roland's, right? Alicia and Maltran.
Saray, when you said they're opposites...
Boy, are you thick. Thick, Leo.
Hey, I was gonna
Nickname number
say
3.
I meant her and Alicia, if you'd let me finish.
Forget it. The moment is over. Mickly over.
4th.
How did my life get to this point?
It's just
It's
Edna.
not a
Ignore
bad thing
her.
for them to contrast with each other. Just
They've been striving for the same goal, even though their motivations and circumstances are different.
Well, it's an interesting assessment. I know nothing
Alicia
about
chose to
Maltran so
carry out
far,
her duty
basically.
as royalty, even though it hasn't been going as well as she'd hoped. While Maltran never wanted to be a knight, but nevertheless, she's achieved great deeds and earned the respect of the people.
in each case, things haven't gone entirely as planned.
Nothing ever
Perhaps
does.
Both of them feel that way.
And thank you, Lord of the Land. Look at all the skits
Shouldn't
today.
we tell Saray and the others about how useful the Lords of the Land are?
Is that the
If
way
we
of
keep
telling me I've not been
believing
using them enough?
Instead of letting them think for themselves, they're just gonna turn into, well, babies. But then
Who's
again,
talking?
they do need to know things like how the affected area is predetermined, and how boons increase as you engage in more battles.
And also how...
I like how they were
with the
looking
skill you
directly
want,
at the screen
you
while
can
they
ask
said
the
that.
Norman to increase the enemy drop rate.
And not to mention how, as you acquire more boons, the amount of boons you can make effective increases as well. If they knew that much, it'd be plenty.
Well, too
I
bad
just
we're not
wanna
going to tell
make
them.
sure that if they wind up in an area with no boons, they know to focus first on restoring the Lord of the Land's blessing to the area.
Yes, that I
Even if
understood.
you don't have confidence in your battle abilities, common sense is common sense, no matter how you cut it.
Huh. Interesting.
Did you eavesdrop on our conversation?
We're all in one person's head. How can you eavesdrop when you're in the same soul? Speaking of, I may as well... Wait, where the hell did Rohan go? His icon on the map is still here. I was just about to see if I could fudge with things since they just mentioned it. But he ain't there, so never mind, I guess. All right, Lucas, I'm ready as I'll be.
On our end. What say you, Shepard? Ready to head for the river?
Yes, although I don't exactly know what we're going to do when we get there. I mean, set up camp, but is the Grifflet River... That puts us closer to the path that the Roland's people would take to the capital, no? Oh, wow, that bridge is looking pretty fixed unless it's like broken halfway through.
I am
Hello?
Commander General Landon of the Highland Army. Is the Shepherd with you?
That's me. What's going on?
That's me.
You, huh?
Man, why does everyone say it like that?
Shepard really require so many troops, General Landon?
Yeah, what are you expecting I'm going to do?
Sellsword Lucas of the Shrub Boys, aren't you? Just
Sort of
as
butchered the
well.
name, but...
You listen up, too. I bring word of Lady Alicia.
Of or from?
On suspicion of using the Shepherd to foment
Oh, no.
discord against the state.
She's going to be executed?
As well as assisting the Roland's empire with its invasion, Lady Alicia
Assisting?
has been detained.
That's nonsense. Alicia would never do such a thing.
Where's
It
the
is
evidence?
Not an arrest, Shepherd. Merely an interrogation.
You just said she was
Well, this
detained!
certainly stings to high heaven.
But if the Shepherd were, say, to wield his power to deliver victory to our troops, it would likely assuage any suspicions we might have.
Well, it's a fucking shame that I'm not allowed to do that! No, Saray, hang on. Oh, Saray.
Saray, let us do as he says.
Are you sure?
we probably don't have a choice. If Alicia were to die at their hands...
It would be our fault,
Yes.
but if the
all
whole
know
kingdom
Saray
dies
would
at our
go and
hands...
fight for it.
And if that were to happen, even someone like Saray could become corrupted by malevolence.
Okay, but think about the number of...
If the shepherd is corrupted by malevolence, it will guide the world to ruin.
I understand. Whoa,
faster
when did
than
Rose and
even war
Nagil get
could
there?
accomplish.
Blue-eyed
The
Rose.
sooner we end this, the better. We can make this work. After all, you've got us with you.
If I fight, do I have your guarantee Alicia will be released?
If you bring us victory, then yes.
So not just if I fight.
Coming too. Sorry, but it just ain't in our blood to turn tail and run. We sellswords have built up too much pride in too many battles for that.
Very well. But I'm in charge here. You had better not forget that.
How could I possibly, with your
So
thoroughly
then,
commanding
Shepherd,
voice?
I'll be waiting on the battlefield.
Oh, hell.
Hey, cheer up, buddy. With the woodsman on the job, the shepherd won't even have to lift a finger.
Well, if that were actually true, that would be awesome.
I told you, didn't I? You've got us with you.
Yeah, but you just gave me this huge, like, cautionary rant about how
Just do
that
what you
this
need
would
to do
mess
to get
things
this
up.
crap over with.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
I wasn't worried about using my powers to stop the war early until you told me it was a shit idea. Okay, yeah, it is like a little ramshackle bridge right in the middle. The Way of the Shepherd.
Why are these things happening?
And this time, we're against the humans.
Hmm.
And it's a war, which makes it even worse.
Yes. We may hurt people during the process, just trying to get them to stop fighting.
That's how war goes.
That may cause
Tends
emotional
to.
pain for Saray, which in turn may create malevolence.
It's really about choosing
How could
the
that
better
be?
of two awful
If
options.
that's true, then the chance of a shepherd not being affected by malevolence is about as small as a pinhole.
Well, why do you think
That's
most
what
of
it
them
means to
fail?
get involved with humans. And that is the way of the shepherd.
If only he could forget about Alicia like a snap of a finger.
There's no way he can.
I know. That's exactly why he became a shepherd, right?
Yes.
Oh, right,
guess
because
I need to
of
prepare
his
myself.
right. Okay, I thought they were saying Alicia specifically is why he became a shepherd, which I guess she did. She was kind of like present for that. Lyland and a skill lecture. Another one. Oh God.
Today's lesson is about bonus skills triggered by
Oh my
elemental
goodness.
unions. If a group union
You
is
guys, there's enough
horizontal,
stress
you can
on my
say
mind right now.
elemental union is horizontal.
Yeah.
Unlike a group union, you can activate an elemental
With just
union
two.
with as few as 2 skills, so long as they're placed side by
Is
side.
it cool if there are
10
gaps in
groups,
between, but you have multiple
Does
that are in
mean you can
2?
put anywhere between 2 and 10 skills together?
Yeah. Depending on the number of skills you have lined up, the effects will change. You can even duplicate the same effects if you want.
Right.
So, like, if you have 2 each of the non-elemental skills, attack and Rangus equipped,
You'll get 2 Elemental Union 2 bonus skills,
Right.
reducing non-elemental damage by 20% instead of 10. Not only that, but you'll get 2 stack 2 effects on top of that.
But you need to
Brilliant.
be careful. If you decide to equip just one of the third non-elemental skill, Blued.
The bonus skill for Elemental Union 3 will activate, but the 2 Elemental Union 2 effects will both disappear.
so for,
For,
elemental
uh,
union bonus skills, it first checks the total length of the combo, and then calculates how many of that combo to activate?
Okay, so if you have
Bonus
just
skills are
2,
beneficial,
2, 1, then
but
it
you
doesn't
have to really
go
start
2
thinking
for all of
things
them,
through
I
if you want
think.
to optimize your strengths.
Right.
Probably won't end well if you just use different equipment together blindly.
So you keep reminding me.
Think carefully about what kind of equipment you want to use beforehand.
I'll try.
Could you have an item where all 4 slots are the same skill in a 4-stack? Or an item that, just by itself, triggers an elemental union 4 bonus?
That's right.
You
With
could?
item
Great.
combination and
I understand
equipment
exactly what that
combination,
means.
You can draw out enormous power from skills, far beyond their basic effects.
Right, right.
And there's one important announcement to be made.
This is the final
Next
one?
week again, huh?
This is the last lesson.
Ah,
What?
grand. Thank God. That's what I was hoping the announcement would be. So I don't particularly understand why this one is blinking. Oh no, it's blinking because I've got a stack there of 2. Right, okay. I thought it was blinking as part of this, the union of these 3 together, but they're glowing like rectangularly, and this is not included in that. Right, okay. Wow, so Saray really has no, not much skill game going on here, but Miklio's got all of the status column filled out. I've got chunks. It would be nice if I had this here, but I'd need to lower my equipment to this one for that. I feel like I'll be able to get a better handle on this when I have like way more like variants in weapons. I just need to like buy a whole bunch of weapons and upgrade them all to max so I could feel comfortable swapping between them without losing too many stats while still being able to experiment with the skill stuff. I could also get all the hard stuff for me. What kind of boots do I have? Calcite boots. So what exactly would I get from getting all of the status column? They did tell me, but I guess I would get some kind of bonus skill, yes? Okay, right. So okay, I'm understanding. Okay, so now it's E Union. It even tells me what for each skill what I'm getting it from. So I'm getting this from the elemental union of these two. I'm getting this from the elemental union of these three. So is any non-elemental, like any of the gray, any 3 grays give me this particular one? Or is it these particular 3 that give me this this paralysis thing? That I don't know, but I don't want to mess it around with it and find out. Okay, and skill list. Oh, okay. And so I could find out, oh, right, weird. So these are just the ones that I know about, I guess, because it doesn't say anything about E-Union 2 for certain of the other ones. Okay, slowly but surely, I'll get like a bit more of a hold on this each time, but I won't mess with it too until we have enough equipment to really experiment with it. Okay, goodness me. Wow, okay, so they threw a lot at me there, because I was like, it was like one thing to another so quickly. For a minute there, it was like, Alicia started to leave, and I was like, okay, maybe that has something to do with the growing tensions between Rollance and Highland. And then the second I was about to say that, they were like, Rollance declared war. I was like, oh shit. Okay, and then I was like, okay, we better go settle that. And then Lila was like, don't settle that. You can't do that as a shepherd. Then it messes everything up because you're interfering with the human affairs too much. And then the second right after that, Landon, Mr. Asshole himself, comes over here and is like, we're detaining Alicia for a bit of an interrogation, you see what I'm saying? But if you use your powers as shepherd to sway the tide of battle, which we suddenly believe you can do, even though we spent like weeks denying you were the shepherd, then maybe you'll get Alicia back. And then Lila's like, you gotta do it, man. And I was just like, my brain has been like put through one of those like spaghetti strainer machines, and now it is just a pile of discombobulated mush in the bottom of my skull. But it amounts to I think what they're trying to do here is create this incredibly emotionally tense situation here, where it's like you're getting pulled apart by all these different motivations and ways here, and they're trying to like, and because that's how Saray would feel, and that's like what he's got to resist, because the second he gets too overwhelmed, he starts breeding malevolence, and because of his lofty powers as of now, that's bad. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the stress. I was not expecting to feel the stress of this war thing so soon. Because without saying spoilers, Xillia has a bit of, like, this war scene going on too, but it happens, like, it does not happen in the first, like, 20 hours. But at the same time, just to view it from the Highland, General, was it General Landon? It just says Landon, I'm not sure exactly what their rank was, or his rank, sorry. To view it from his perspective and the people's Highlands perspective, I mean, if you have this, I mean, in theory, this mitigates, if you end the war quicker with this, like, super weapon you have, bearing in mind that this is a super weapon that has a chance maybe to deal with people non-lethally, can exercise this restraint. It's not like Saray is like a bomb or whatever, who will just kill everyone around him without a doubt. Then I mean, I kind of understand their motivation of like even threatening him with like the life of the princess, which is an extreme measure, into doing it. So I guess my question is, do you think, I mean, this Landon character who we've only just met, do you think his actions in it's potentially, because I mean, even though he seemed like he was only thinking of Highland there, he could potentially, because Saray has been known to be able to take people out. I mean, I took out a bunch of Highland guards without killing them. Therefore, it might be possible for him to take out Roland's soldiers as well without by non-lethal means. So it could be that Landon's motivations here are entirely from a noble position, even if they are not noble through and through. So I guess my question just would be, do you think his actions here are justified? I guess, I mean, like, obviously from the perspective of Saray as and co as someone who, people who care about Alicia, and knowing that Alicia is seldom in the wrong, she is a very noble and pure of heart figure. It's obviously unjust for them to do this to her, but at the same time, looking at it from Landon's perspective, I'm like, I understand why you would try to use Saray that way, because you might be ending things more peacefully and quickly, causing less deaths on both sides. Which again is not to say I think it's going to go well, as Lila was very clear to highlight the dangers of us meddling in affairs. But anyways, that's the question. Next video is going to be some more Fire Emblem 3 Houses, so I hope I will see you for that. I think we're still going to be doing some paralogs, but we're nearing the end of it, I reckon. We'll do our damnedest. And that's all for now, so thank you very much for coming along with me in what has been so far probably the most stressful episode of this game. Even though we did like no fights. I'm stressed by the story right now, and hopefully I will see you around. I'm gonna be out of here now. Peace. Oh wait, are you gonna shoot me from 3 squares away? Okay, I'm gonna equip Thoron. See how that goes for you, and I'll just heal up Dedu so he feels safer doing some other things. Can he actually just like finish this with a training shot? No. better to do with the sword. I think ground her with the iron sword makes enough sense. It's probably the best accuracy. What does it mean the ×2 has a crossover?